Good morning, everyone. This is me. This is Mania Podcast for self-love, self-care, and motivation. Welcome back to my channel. This is me, Nada, your host, and today we're having another
Gotcha episode.
Okay, I need to say something. I feel like discipline has one of the worst PR reputations ever. Like, the second you hear that word, you immediately think strict, rigid, boring, no fun, no life, right? Like, wake up at 5, cold showers, no carbs, no joy, just suffering for no reason. And I'm like, who made that the definition? Because I don't see discipline like that at all. To me, discipline is actually very soft, very personal, very like I care about myself too much to keep doing things that made me feel bad. That's literally it. And I think a lot of people struggle with discipline not because they are lazy, but because they are looking at it the wrong way all day. They think discipline means forcing yourself to become someone you're not, like another version out of nowhere, when in reality, it's just choosing what actually feels better for you long term. Like, really, think about it. If you actually paid attention to your life, you already know what feels good and what doesn't. You know it. You don't need another productivity video or like a motivational video. You don't need another routine. You already know. You know that staying up super late scrolling doesn't feel good the next day. And you know that eating random junk food all day doesn't feel good in your body. And that you say yes to things that you don't even want to do really drains you. You know all of that. So, discipline isn't about learning something new, it's about being honest with yourself. It's like having a conversation with yourself where you're like, okay, I can do this thing, but do I actually want the result that comes after it? That's it. Because the truth is, most of the time, it's not even the thing itself, it's what comes after that. Like, in that moment, everything can feel good. Staying up late feels good. Skipping something important feels good. Doing the easy option always feels good for like 10 minutes. And then what? I think that's where discipline lives. Not in the moment, but in the awareness of what comes after the moment. It's literally just pausing for a second and being like, okay, then what? And I feel like once you start thinking like that, everything shifts because suddenly you're not controlling yourself, you're choosing. Big difference. And I think that another thing that people don't talk about enough is a lot of people don't struggle with discipline. They struggle with other people's reactions to their discipline. Like, let's be real. The moment you start changing even a little bit, people notice that. When you start saying no, when you start having boundaries, when you start choosing yourself in small ways, suddenly it's like, oh, why are you acting differently? Oh, you've changed. Oh, you're being too serious. It's subtle, but it gets you in your head somehow because they noticed. So instead of sticking to what you said you'd do, you go back to being the version of you that's easier for everyone else to deal with. And that's where discipline breaks. Not because you can't do it, but because it feels uncomfortable to be different, uncomfortable to be noticed, uncomfortable to be another version of yourself. And honestly, that's the part no one prepares you for. Discipline is not hard because of the habits, it's hard because of the identity shift. Because the moment you start choosing differently, you're not the same person anymore, even for them. And somehow they notice and they may say stuff to you. People can feel that and sometimes they don't like it. But that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It actually probably means that you're doing something right and good for yourself. Because if nothing around you feels challenged, you're probably not changing that much. You're still the same person you are. And I think that's something you have to accept early. If you want to grow, you have to be okay with a little bit of discomfort, socially, emotionally, all of it. Not in a dramatic way, just in a quiet, like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore kind of way. Like slightly being and choosing yourself differently. And I also want to say this because it matters. Discipline is not about being perfect. Not at all. If you try to do everything perfectly, you're going to burn out so fast. And I know this because it happened to me. It's about, it's actually about balance, like real balance, not the aesthetic version of balance. The kind of like, yeah, I'm choosing better most of the time, but I'm also human. You don't have to cut everything off. You don't have to become extreme because extreme doesn't last. Consistency does. And consistency is built on things that actually fit your life, not things that look good online. And I think that's where people mess up. They try to copy routines, habits, lifestyles that don't even match who they are. And then they're like, why can't I stay disciplined? Because it's not yours. You can be inspired, but you can't just like copy that because it's not yours. Of course, it's not gonna stick. Discipline only works when it's personal. Like, you need to choose what works for you. And each person is unique and each person is special on its own. So it's gonna stick when it actually makes sense for you. And when it connects to something deeper than just I should do this. Like, no, that's not enough. You need a real reason, not a surface level one. Not like I want to look better or I want to be more productive. Like, okay, but why you want to do that thing or that routine or you want to have that lifestyle, specific lifestyle? What does that actually give you? How do you want to feel in your life? Because at the end of the day, that's what everything comes back to: feelings. You're either choosing things that support how you want to feel or things that take you further away from it. And discipline is just choosing the first option a little more often. That's it. Nothing extreme, nothing scary, just small choices repeated. And over time, those choices literally change who you are. You change your habits, you change your mindset, you change your standards. And then one day you look back and you're like, wait, I don't even recognize the old version of me anymore. Not in a bad way. It's just like I grew out of that kind of way, in a good way, of course. And I think that's the most important thing to understand. Discipline is not punishment, it's not restriction. It's not you taking things away from yourself or suddenly changing your old habits. It's like actually you giving yourself a better experience of life, like a genuinely better one, where you feel good more often, where you trust yourself more, where you are not consistently dealing with the consequences of choices you didn't even think through. It's like taking yourself from let's call it comfort zone number 1 into comfort zone number 2. It's like moving out, going to a new apartment, and you're gonna call it your comfort zone as well. It's not something scary. And that's what discipline gives you. And when you start seeing it like that, it stops feeling heavy. It actually starts feeling empowering. Like you're finally in control of your life a little bit. Not in a perfect way, but in a real way. And honestly, that's enough. That's all you need. That was all for today's episode. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Have a nice day.